To explore the theme of transparency and urgency in a case like Jay Slater's, let's examine how a former murder squad detective's call for openness impacts public perception, media responsibility, and justice. The background: Jay Slater's case has captivated public attention with its layers of mystery and personal tragedy. Jay, a teenager who went missing under unexplained circumstances, has become a national point of conversation. Families are often left grappling with their own pain while the public seeks to understand the events surrounding their loved one's disappearance. In Jay's case, the urgency to find answers grows more pressing by the day, especially as new information emerges that could potentially help the investigation. Jay's mother, one of the case's most vocal figures, recently expressed frustration with a well-known TV investigator's silence on the matter, triggering a broader call for disclosure by an ex-cop who had once been part of the murder squad. The ex-murder squad detective's call for transparency. This former detective, known for solving complex cases in his career, stepped into the limelight recently with a clear message. If anyone has new information on Jay Slater, they must speak up. His words carry weight, not just because of his experience, but because of his understanding of how critical timely, transparent communication is in high-profile cases. For a seasoned investigator, the process of piecing together a case relies on a constant flow of information, both from official sources and public insight. The detective's stance is straightforward. When dealing with potential leads, every piece of information could be crucial, and silence from those with potential knowledge is a disservice to both the victim and their family. The criticism of the silent TV investigator. The focus on the TV investigator, whom Jay's mother accused of withholding information, adds another layer of complexity to the case. In recent years, televised true crime investigations have blurred the lines between entertainment and genuine investigative work. While some investigators on television may feel an obligation to the public to report every step of their inquiries, others may believe that holding back information protects the integrity of the investigation. In Jay's case, the mother's frustration with this investigator's silence is understandable. To her, the stakes are personal and deeply emotional. While the TV investigator may be balancing the responsibility of confidentiality in the hope of protecting his sources or ensuring that leads don't end up leading nowhere. However, for families and former investigators, withholding information can feel like betrayal. Families enduring the trauma of an unsolved case often want every possible avenue pursued publicly, believing that wider awareness increases the odds of resolution. They see silence as inaction and perceive it as blocking any potential for answers. The role of the media in high-profile cases. With more individuals turning to TV shows and true crime podcasts to understand unsolved cases, the media's role in these situations is increasingly significant. Media outlets, investigators, and journalists all walk a fine line between informing the public and ensuring they don't endanger the investigation. In Jay Slater's case, that line has become blurred, especially with the rise of celebrity investigators. The ex-cop's statement could be seen as a challenge to the media as a whole to handle cases like Jay's more transparently. The detective's views might spark a call within the journalism community to reevaluate how they approach unsolved cases and interact with families, particularly when family members feel marginalized or out of the loop. By openly calling on anyone with information to come forward, this ex-cop brings to light how secrecy might be at odds with finding the truth. The public's desire for closure and accountability. One aspect of cases like Jay Slater's is the broader public's investment in finding answers. Public empathy plays a huge role in how cases gain momentum, often translating to pressure on investigators and the media to keep the story alive. The public becomes emotionally invested, wanting to feel that their collective support may help provide justice and closure. The ex-cops demand that anyone with information must come forward taps into this sentiment, appealing to those who may otherwise not consider speaking up. By framing his statement as a responsibility for anyone with information, he appeals to a sense of moral obligation in people. His words are a reminder that justice isn't solely a matter of what the police or media can accomplish. Sometimes, it's about the small pieces of information people hold onto that can connect the dots. The impact on future investigations. If the former detective's perspective takes hold, it could signal a change in how investigations are conducted in the public eye. Families and communities around the world might start demanding the same level of transparency in their cases. Similarly, the media might adopt new standards for dealing with sensitive information, seeking ways to engage the public without withholding potential leads. The Slater case, through the former detective's call to action, might be a stepping stone toward reshaping investigative processes. By emphasizing transparency, this approach could set a precedent for a more open dialogue between investigators, families, and the public, which could, in turn, lead to quicker resolutions. Conclusion. The call to share information in Jay Slater's